Hello, this is Steve Martin with Integral Planning Solutions of Athens, Georgia. Thank you for stopping by. Today I'd like to talk about the financial planning process. Financial planning means different things to different people. It could be a very full-blown, comprehensive plan touching on many different facets of an estate or financial plan, or it could be just single purpose where we're just trying to deal with one concern or one risk. There are 7 steps traditionally. The first step is establish and define the advisor-client relationship. This is where we outline the responsibilities and expectations of one another. We identify the length and scope of the process. Step 2 is where we sit and we gather client data. This is very important. There are many product salesmen out there, people that want to push a product at people without understanding their whole life, taking a comprehensive look at them and their situation. So we want to spend time and identify broad and specific goals. We want to measure your risk tolerance. We want to know if you want a 12% return like a lot of people would like, but yet you're not willing to deal or handle the fluctuations in the market, that might be something that we could come off of. And of course, we want to gather critical documents. We also want to measure risk tolerance. There's a lot of people out there that would say they'd love to get a 12, 18% return, and of course I nor anybody else can guarantee that. But we want to make sure that if that's something you're after or want to try and achieve, you can handle those fluctuations in the market, that will not unnerve you. So we want to measure your risk tolerance. We want to know about your will. We want to know about any life insurance that you currently have in force, disability, et cetera, any planning trusts that you might have already in place we need to know about. Step 3 is where we analyze and evaluate the data. Basically, we give you 2 weeks to fill out a data sheet and supply us all this information, and then we ask that you give us 2 weeks to formulate a plan and analyze and evaluate this data. As you can well imagine, we need to compress this information, and that's what we mean when we say analyze and synthesize within the context of client goals. We're taking this cumbersome amount of information and compressing it, putting it into a form where we can make sense of it and do some planning. And then lastly, in step 3, we want to involve any technical staff and teammates as needed. You might have a CPA that you just love to work with. You have an ongoing relationship for years. We don't want to displace that person. We'll work with him or her, and we have in the past, and we would welcome that. And step 4 is where we develop the plan recommendations and alternatives. We don't want to force feed anything on you. There's an idea we might have, a recommendation, but yet it might not sit well with you. You might want to look at something else, some other alternatives, and that's where we're going to do this in step 4. We're going to address all client goals and concerns. We're going to present alternative courses of action, like I mentioned, and we're going to confirm client goals or rework with client revisions. Step 5, implement the plan. This is where we acquire necessary products and services for the plan. Now, keep in mind, we're not product salesmen. We're not looking for an excuse to place a product or just try and force everybody into this square box. I said very carefully, it's where products are needed or necessary, and that's not always the case. What you have might just be fine. And then lastly, draw on outside experts as needed again. We are not attorneys. We won't draft documents. We won't file tax returns. This is where we need to be one of those 3 legs on that stool as part of your financial planning, estate planning team. And then step 6, we want to monitor the plan. This is not a hit and run process. We hope for a long-term, lifetime relationship with you. We want to sit with you at least annually and see if there's been any changes. Another child's been born, a business has been started, business has been stopped, perhaps a divorce. But whatever it might be, we need to look at those changes in your circumstances and adjust to them. We want to watch the financial and tax environment for opportunities and challenges. And then, like I said, the most important thing is we want to revisit the steps when necessary and meet with you at least annually. Again, thank you for stopping by. We sincerely hope that you find this information to be of some value to you. If you would like more information, I can have 10 more educational videos sent to you along with a free copy of a life insurance buyer's guide. Just give me your name and your email address and we'll get those right to you. Thank you.